person. Holy fuck. Okay. Right. We're now on a, oh my god, a one-person swing bridge. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Just make it quick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Boy, if you don't. I'm trying to go 23k today for a long run. Training for the 100-mile spectacle in Nelson. Look at this.
They call this race the Spectacle for a reason. 100 miles of raw New Zealand wilderness. This course demands everything. 6,000 meters of climbing, through backcountry peaks and river valleys, through daylight and darkness, through pain and perseverance. They say you can't truly know yourself until you've been to the edge. Well, all the runners are going to find their edge out there.
I mean, I gotta get used to being alone in the bush, being self-reliant. This is a pretty good trail. It's pretty technical so far. It's really overgrown with like roots and stuff. It's quite slippery, so it's gonna be a long day. I've already been out here for an hour and a half. I've only done about 9.5k, so yeah, we're not making great progress, but could be worse. I'm gonna put the camera away. Hopefully you can cut to when we're at a good viewing point. I've decided my fate. I'm gonna run back. I really want to be out here forever, so I'm gonna head back.
This run marked my first long run in the build up to the Spectacle 100 miler. And since then, for the past 11 weeks, I've been building towards my very first 100-mile ultra marathon, which is in 5 weeks time. I thought I'd make this video to share how I've been finding training for my first 100 miler so far, and tell you guys why I have signed up for one of, if not the hardest 100-mile races in the country. One of my biggest worries about this 100-mile ultra marathon is running through the night. I'm expecting this race to take around 30 hours to finish, so I'm most definitely going to be running in the dark at the start of the race and nearer the end of the race. And I think the thought of being alone in the middle of nowhere really scared me, so I made it a point to get out and try a little bit of nighttime trail running.
It's pretty lonely out here. It's quiet, man. Real quiet. It's my first nighttime run. This is really just to get a taster of what it's like being alone running in the dark, relying mainly on the head torch. Trying to get some good elevation at the moment. Probably can't see much, but really I think elevation and the nighttime, I feel like the nighttime is going to be my biggest struggle. Shit, it's slippery. Oh fuck. Nighttime section will be the hardest part for me because obviously I do the majority of my runs out at the start of the day or midday, and you know, it's a different game when you're alone, middle of fucking nowhere. Alright, I've got to focus. I'm trying not to slip over.
Training has been much of the same, doing exactly what my plan says. And I do feel like I've managed to burn out pretty well. I've given myself a couple rest weeks and given myself a few races to look forward to, just to change up the training environment. Those 2 races were Cape Kidnappers, a 34-kilometer trail run, and Taupo Ultra Marathon 100k. I didn't record much for Cape Kidnappers because my GoPro went flat. It is a 34-kilometer trail run across some very hilly logging tracks and farmland with 1,384 meters elevation gain. That race was great for packing in the most amount of elevation possible within a small distance. And honestly, I do love a good medal at the end of a race. And as for the Taupo 100 kilometer ultramarathon, this race marked the longest training run of my build up to the Spectacle 100 miler. And it was also my second ever 100 kilometer ultra. Now my goal for this race really was to just get through it and to finish the race feeling like I could do 60 more kilometers, which would be required for the Spectacle. Now, I would say the hardest part about this race was the parking and getting to the start line, as we had to shuttle there. There was a lot of traffic, let's just say that, and that definitely made for a very stressful morning. One thing that really let me down was my nutrition.
Oh, here we go. Hey. All right, we're about 12k in now, and I've already thrown up once, so it's always nice. Boom. But yeah, no, feeling good. Lots of easy runnable trails and stuff, eh? So it's meant. Here we go. Aid station. Hello. Yes, cheers. Thank you. Awesome. Here we go.
And as for recording this race, the rest of my footage ended up looking like this. So I had a good race. I did throw up quite a few times, and about a marathon into the race, I was contemplating throwing in the towel because my stomach was that sore. I had too much liquids and too many sweets. I didn't balance my nutrition very well, and I've learned from that now. Dealing with stomach cramps and pains for 30 hours, it will not be fun, and I don't plan on doing that. I ended up finishing the Taupo 100 Ultra Marathon with a PB in the 100 kilometer time, just coming in just under 13 hours, which I was very happy with.
All right, crew, got one of the 100k runners coming on through. Good. Yes, sir. He's been practicing that finish line move.
Secretly, I did want to go under 12. I would say my aid station stops weren't very good. And the fact that I did start out a little bit hot, I also did have that stomach trouble throughout the race. So I'm just happy to have the race finished. And I felt good enough the next day to go for a swim. I felt good enough the next week to do my biggest mileage week of 110k. And the week just gone, I just did 115 kilometers. And now I'm heading into the peak training block of this whole race build up, which I'm very excited about. I signed up for this Spectacle because honestly I want to challenge myself, and I didn't want to wait till next year to do so. I feel like it's perfect time. There's no better time than now. Honestly, I've been talking about doing a 100-mile ultra marathon for the longest time now, and I feel like there's definitely value in putting my money where my mouth is, doing what I say, at least getting out there and giving it a try. If I never sign myself up for a 100-mile ultra marathon, I'll never be sure if I could actually be capable of doing one. Honestly, at the end of the day, I just want my belt buckle. I don't have any other goals than a finish for this race. I don't know if this will be my only ever 100-mile ultra marathon, but it is definitely going to be one hell of a journey. I'm going to be recording my entire race experience, and I'm going to be uploading that to my channel, of course. So if you are interested in following along with my 100-mile ultra marathon journey, please subscribe, like the video, and I got 5 more weeks of training until race day, so I'll see you guys at the start line.